Teta, center of the Teta is Arabic for grandma, by the way. So I know it's also like other, but Teta, center of the family labyrinth, keystone if removed would shatter the temple. Yet Teta, made of wisdom, you'd stop a mage in his tracks with your know-how, with a cure for everything, even heartache. But no matter how much you tell us, I'd still choose career over kids. I'm not ride or die like you. Maybe I won't queen an empire, but bisaraha, as much joy as it brings you, a life without making would end me. Still, we have the same conversation of table tennis words, which ricochet off everyone's brains without sinking in, and yet the joy in your eyes, sparkling with sun, after months without, overshadows all else. I didn't call you because if you knew where I was, I would have felt your tears as you wept, بنت ابني لوحدها في البلد. Because you never would have wanted this for me. You wanted me to be surrounded by the future the way their arms always sought your care. Because I have seen you cry before and felt ashamed. Because I didn't know how to tell you that even as I fumble my attempts at love, I'm still happy لوحدي. Because you are so convinced that you know it will make me happy, and it is not my place to argue with you because I can't tell you how I feel. Because if I told you how I felt, you would despair. Because you suffered so much already that I can't break your heart by telling you that I found happiness in my own way. And even if it is not real happiness by comparison, it's a start. Because you are convinced that in all your trial and survival, you have found the recipe for happiness. By comparison, it's a real start. Oh, sorry. God damn it. Because you've suffered so much already that I can't break your heart by telling you that I found happiness in my own way. And even if it is not real happiness by comparison, it's a start. Because you are convinced that in all your trial and survival, you have found the recipe for happiness, and I need to replicate it to each letter in your name. Because even if I will never fully belong here, I still manage to carve out some small life for myself. Because even if the love turns out to be a mean to the children you so desperately want me to have, I still can't. Because I don't know if I could, even if I trusted myself to do it. Because I may never be able to afford the dreams you once did. Because I am a disgrace to being your namesake in that you couldn't afford it, but found a way anyway. Because your other namesake did it better. Because the ocean eats my questions so that I won't need to ask. Because there are some things we would never admit to ourselves. Because you believed that you were better off with your mother deciding for you, and I still think you would have been a journalist to reckon with the way you raised these kids. Because at 16, we both wanted to be journalists, but life had different ideas for us. Because I have so many things to tell you, but it's never the answer you were looking for. So I eat my words, so they taste like salt. So they taste like waiting, so they taste like poison. So I will eat them so that you will never have to. So I wish we would be closer. So we have only spoken in passing. So the closest I am to you is in name. So I have let you down. So I try to make it up to you. So I let myself down because I could never make it up to you. So I should journey to you. So I'm afraid to leave. So I'm afraid to see you older. So you love me because I am my father's daughter. So I love you because your love is more vast than mine could ever hope to encompass. So you know me through your conversations with my father, but when I ask about you, he says that you are fine. So we have circumnavigated disaster. So I do not know if we still know each other because it's been a while since I lived with Mama and Baba. So we have accumulated several years of drought. So we are both storytellers, and I see it in you the handful of times we would sit together. So I'm jealous of my family for having more time with you than I ever did and for having the luxury of obligation. So I should visit. So why haven't I visited already? It's been too long since I've seen you, so life is passing us by. Did you know that it's not the same ocean holding us together now, and now I am 2 oceans apart from you? Did you know a place that has let me reside in it, which looks like home I am from, and home I came from, found happiness together. Yet it's my fear of coming home that's holding me back. It's the agony of being stranger and stranger the longer I stay away. It's the fear of being stretched so far I lose myself completely. So you never wanted us to be here with us long, and it wasn't supposed to be decades of waiting for our return. So compared to you, Penelope was eating plaster. So you have sacrificed your entire life to be surrounded by your immense family, for your family to split itself to corners of the globe because life cannot stand here anymore. Because immigrants are professionals in distance loving and distance phone calls. And so you wonder why I haven't called you. I wonder why I haven't called you. And I wonder at families who see their matriarchs all the time and bow before their majesty, and I wonder if their matriarchs carried their entire families on their backs the way you did, not having anyone and only each other. And you want me to carry the mantle, but I have not the earth to hold the ocean on her back the way you have. And you're right in that the way I inherited this body was to know that all of us who came from you are immeasurably beautiful and irreplaceable, that I have seen you shattered in their joy, but that I can never come close enough to be of you as you already are. So all I need to do is pick up the phone and call you without my lungs filling the sand.